everybody, and welcome to CCA's Medical Minute. This is episode 49. We're sponsored once again by Kroger Health, our good friends at Kroger Health. And I am honored to have with me today not only my colleague Sherry Hughes, who's our Director of Strategic Community Engagement and company spokesperson when I allow her to do that, and also Jenell Ross, who is the founder of the Norma J. Ross Memorial Foundation in Dayton. And so thank you for coming today.
Thank you for having me today.
Yeah, sounds good. Why don't we start a little bit? Tell us a little about, we'll get into kind of how the foundation got founded, but why don't you tell us a little bit about your dealerships in the Dayton area?
Well, the name of our company is the Bob Ross Auto Group. We represent Buick, GMC, and Mercedes-Benz. We've been in business for 48 years. Unfortunately, my father passed at a young age of 62, and I took over the business 25 years ago. Oh, wow. So I'm only 27 as of now.
That's right.
But been very fortunate to be in the Centerville area, but have served the entire Southwest Ohio region for a number of decades and look forward to doing so for many more.
You had to be, I would think you had to be fairly young to be in that
15.
position.
Okay.
Yes.
Because you said 20, how long?
27 when I took over. So
okay.
Yes, fortunately I was already working at the dealership, not in the capacity of running the day-to-day, but we were very equipped with a lot of senior personnel and managers at the time, so really allowed me the opportunity to continue my growth of what I needed to do in order to move the organization to the next level.
So Jenell, we see that you are decked out in your beautiful pink.
Yes.
And you have your pink ribbon. So we
Yes.
know that there is a tie to breast cancer.
Correct.
And we know now that you have founded a wonderful organization that is paying homage to your mother.
Yes.
And so we want to know more about the Norma J. Memorial Foundation and how it is helping women in the areas of Dayton and also Cincinnati.
So my mother unfortunately lost her battle with breast cancer in 2010, and my goddaughters at the time came up with Pink Ribbon Driven. So they had done some research online and also reached out to my attorney and said, we found this that really fits. They called Mom Aunt Norma. Mm-hmm. And I said, well, what is it? And they said, well, Pink Ribbon Driven. They said, you know, Aunt Norma was in the automobile business and driven to find a cure for the pink ribbon. So they contacted my attorney. They said, we need to get, to go the process of getting it trademarked, which we did early on. And the running joke was always, so who's paying my attorney? And they're like, well, you are. So the Pink Ribbon Driven is our trademark and our logo underneath the Norma J. Ross Memorial Foundation. And naturally, the foundation is twofold, one on the breast cancer side and one on education. My mother's first career was in elementary education. So we do a lot of programming and support in the region around education for elementary and youth just in the area, but also there's a lot of education that goes with our breast health.
Yes.
So it plays into the other side of the foundation, which we do spend more time on, which is helping those that are underinsured, insured, or no insured with their mammograms, as well as educating women about their breast health and bringing about greater awareness in our community.
Yeah.
Yeah. So one thing that we spoke a little bit before we came on the air, but so the mobile mammography van. That's always hard for me to say that.
I know it is a tongue twister.
But it comes to different of the dealerships, correct?
Yes. So October is not just Breast Cancer Awareness Month. It's the entire year. So we have a schedule that we work with both hospital organizations in our community, and one does have a mobile unit. So Premier does have a mobile unit, Premier Health. So it allows us to take that unit to our community where those may have one of their barriers may be transportation. So if we can bring the unit closer to them and assist them with transportation even to the unit, that is one way that we're able to do so. We also do partner with Kettering Health with their Kettering Dayton location, which is formerly Grandview, and provide mammogram opportunities on Saturdays, because a lot of times due to how women are working in their shifts, that it may not go with their schedule on during the week. So we use the mobile unit on one Saturday a month, and we also schedule with Kettering once a month so that we are at least in the community twice a month throughout the year. But several of those times, the mobile unit is at our dealership as well.
That's cool.
So we know that this foundation has been running now for over a decade?
Yes, approaching 12 years.
12 years. Wow. You've helped undoubtedly a lot of women in the area. But I know as a breast cancer survivor myself, there is much more work to do. So where do you see the foundation moving, and what direction are trying to do more of?
Well, we've really been concentrating, thanks to Sybil Martin, our executive director, of when she came on board, really right before the pandemic, of really looking at where the needs were in our community. And it appeared that no one was really focusing on the preventative. So that's where we've kind of set our sight, is on that preventative and the importance of that initial screening, and how we can continue to help the community in making sure women are getting that initial screening. And so the next layer to that was really getting into the transportation piece, which would be something I could help with, of breaking down those barriers of getting the women to a mammogram. Well, then COVID hit. So naturally, someone may not want to be in a vehicle with someone that they don't know. Yeah. So we kind of held back on that, but we're in the process now of really moving that program forward. And even if it's not through the mobile unit or our typical Saturday scheduling, how we can just help them get to their mammograms, regardless of where it is or who it is in the community. So that's really our next layer of focus, is really to continue to reach out. And using the American Cancer Society, we work with them as well, and other organizations in our community, of how we can partner, because the whole goal is the more we can educate and bring about greater awareness and getting them to their screenings, the more hopeful we are that more birthdays can be had, and less diagnoses that take place.
We have she's a friend of the program, and in fact, she's been on Medical Minute before, and she's a patient here as well. But and she had told us before a story that her initial breast cancer diagnosis came as a result of a mobile mammography van that was at a Kroger store. And so do you see very many cases where it's just kind of a spontaneous, someone happens to be there? And
well, unfortunately with HIPAA, sometimes we're not able to know the results of their mammograms, but a lot of the women do feel very comfortable, because Sybil does a great job of really creating that comfort level if they don't have a great support system, of making sure that in a roundabout way of saying, please make sure if there's anything that comes out as a result of your testing, how we can continue to help. We are a resource in whatever direction you need to take, that we're here for you. So a lot of times, they will contact us back and give us that opportunity to be engaged and be another advocate for them in their journey to help, if they're needing to be called back for additional screening. And we've Sybil's gone with that patient, I've gone with the patient, just to provide that other layer of support needed. As we all know, that journey can be, that even to get a call back of additional screening can create a certain level of fear.
So we have a couple of minutes left, so we want to hit on a couple of things. How can people become more aware of your foundation and when you're having those mammography services?
Yes, so we do have a website, www.njrmf.org, which is the Norma J. Ross Memorial Foundation.org. You can also reach out to Sybil or myself at the dealership, at Bob Ross Auto Group, and we can discuss with you there. And we're on social media and Instagram and Twitter at Pink Ribbon Driven. So you can definitely find us there as well.
You also have a lot of activities.
Yes,
we had
do.
A golf outing, and we know that you had a golf outing. Maybe we should merge the outing.
We're still recovering from ours, August 29th.
Exactly. Tell us a little bit about what all the things that you're doing to help you raise funds for your foundation.
So we do have a lot of merchandise that we have, like our signature Pink Ribbon Driven pen.
That's cool.
And we have men and women's gear. My husband was like, well, we need our gear too. And we've gotten into golf gear. So we have a lot of things that appeal to ladies and men. We do have a lot of activities that we're supporting in October around Breast Cancer Month, and other events that we do throughout the year. So we have a plethora of activities that are on our site, as well as volunteer activities for those to participate in.
But
Sounds
you've
great.
got merch. That's
We got merch. We got merch.
That's right.
Did
exactly.
you bring me anything?
We do have a few things for you.
Oh, a goodie bag. Is that over there? Okay.
Well, Jenell, thank you for being here with us today, and we're going to talk a little bit later offline about how we can maybe kind of bridge our activities as well, because we have people that come down from the Dayton area as well.
Yes.
To see us here at Cincinnati Cancer Advisor. So I failed to mention up front that this is my first podcast in a while without a ball cap.
You're looking good, my
I got
friend.
my, as my wife calls, I lost my hair to chemo. So I have what my wife calls, who gives me no relief, by the way, what she calls my baby bird hair.
Yeah, but it's looking
But
good.
it looks
Yeah.
looking good.
Well, it's coming in. It's patchy and a little all over the place, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
But anyway, thanks everybody for joining us.
Thank you.
We'll be back again next week, episode 50. We'll have to think of something
Wow,
special to do
we
for
need
that.
a big celebration for that.
Yeah, we'll be back next
Confetti,
Wednesday
Chris?
at noon. Chris will find something, I'm sure. But we'll see you again next Wednesday at noon. Thanks everybody for joining. Take care.
Thank you.